Let's start with before the boys and I got here, and you and Olivia were here first to check out the boat and work with the captain about all the nuances and that come with the boat, learn about them. What did you find out?
We checked in to get the boat, and we were checking all of the equipment off on the boat, and I just asked a simple question. I said, is there anything in off on the boat? And she goes, nope, water maker's working. And I kind of chuckled and said, and the AC, and she said, nope, there's no AC on this boat. I said, what? She said, there is no AC on this boat. And I kind of flipped out a little bit and basically said, I'm going to have to step out and make a phone call. So I stepped out of the office, called Alicia, and explained to her that there was no AC.
Which isn't like super uncommon for other people from other countries. A lot of people don't turn on the AC, but yet we are Texas AC people.
I mean, we've bareboated with a lot of other people, and they never turn on the generator. They never run the AC. They think that's like against the rules or something. I don't mind burning diesel, and I like AC, especially when I'm sleeping. So, I mean, we used to own boats, and we would start the generator before we left the dock, and the generator wouldn't turn off until we got back from the dock, back to the dock. So that's just kind of the way we've always rolled on a boat. So this has been a new experience. We later found out that there's actually no generator, because I was going to try to buy a portable AC unit. I actually went to the local marine store and was having a guy look for me one, because I was just going to buy it and try to resell it when I got back from our 6-week trip. But we got on the boat and realized it's got a generator, but it's off. It's not working and hasn't been working for a really long time. So,
and this boat does have AC, but it's off as well.
Yeah, I mean, this boat, I knew that this boat had AC. They don't build any Lagoon 450s that don't have AC in a generator. I mean, it just doesn't happen. So the fact that they didn't disclose that those two items were in op, they just didn't put, there's nothing on the equipment list. AC's not listed on the equipment list, and the generator's not listed on the equipment list. Therefore, they're like, well, it doesn't have it. It's not on the list. Which
we could charter another boat, I mean, right?
I tried. I went to every charter in that marina. Sailwinds. I went to moorings, which we've chartered many times for moorings. Nobody had any boats. I was even looking like for the last week of our trip, or even last 2 weeks of our trip, to swap this boat, lose whatever deposit on it we had, and get in a different boat that actually had a generator and AC. But there's none to have. This December actually starts their busy season, and we're seeing that here. I mean, we pulled up in a spot that probably should only have 1 or 2 boats in it, and we pulled up in here last night, and there was 5 or 6. So it's definitely kind of starting to crank up as far as their busy season. What else? So
our first night in the marina, there wasn't a cool breeze. So we decided, as most people do that are sailing, they open up the hatches. So you open up the hatch and then let air in. So then you're getting some ventilation, and but you run the risk of it raining. So in the middle of the night.
Oh, you wanted me to tell that story? Yeah. So very little breeze in the marina. It's pretty well protected, which is good because it's nice and calm. But there's no breeze for circulation, and it was kind of a sketch. I'm sure it's safe, but it felt a little sketchy to me, the marina. And I had slept there the night before, and we're sleeping there on the dock. There's a security guard at the beginning of the dock, but I walked by him multiple times and he is asleep. Didn't even see me, so I don't know that he was really doing anything. So anyway, we're asleep, Alicia and I, and it starts to rain. Well, her side of the bed is directly under the hatch. I'm not necessarily directly under the hatch. And so she feels kind of start getting some sprinkles on her. So she gets up and is closing the hatch, at which point shuffles me around enough that she wakes me up, and all I see is the silhouette of somebody like this directly over the top of me because she's trying to close the hatch. All I see is this, And I don't have any sheets or anything on because I'm hot, and I just
And-
donkey kick her.
And so much so that I fell back and hit my hip on the side of the bed, which is made of wood. So as this journey goes along, I'm not going to show you my hip and my butt area, but I'm sure you'll get some glances of it if you wonder why I am black and blue on my left side.
So
that is why.
Yeah, it was. As soon as my foot touched her, my brain kicked in and I realized who it was, but I'm always thinking like worst case scenario. So I have my knife next to me. I got flashlights and a headlamp next to me. And so when I woke up kind of startled and somebody's got their arms up over me, I don't know, my brain just said, you better kick them. So I did. Knocked her off the bed. My bad. So anyway, that was that story. But we made it to a nice little island yesterday after banging into the wind for about 4.5 hours at 5.5 knots. Engines of about 1800 RPM. Swell wasn't too bad, but nice little spot here. It's really pretty. I'd say it's a little rolly last night.
A little.
It's a little rolly. It could have been way worse. But a very nice breeze at about 12 knots. It got cool last night. We got a nice little rain shower right before bed. Washed the boat off. Washed all the salt off of it. And then we did some exploring on an uninhabited island today. Found a couple cool little beaches. And it's currently 20 till noon. We've had our lunch. And I got the engines running. We're making a little bit of water here before we leave. And we're going to head to Terrell Bay, which looks like the winds are a little bit better today. We should be able to make it there in about 2.5 hours.
So what was the other thing that is on the boat? So last night we get in. So we have not been using much water, right? Because you guys took showers at the marina, not using our water, and we have big water tanks on both sides of.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be. So we get here, and everybody's getting ready for bed, and we would like to take a shower and turn on the faucet, and no water.
So how come it is that I'm behind the camera and y'all are talking?
You go sit over there with your dad.
There we go. Let's do this.
No.
Yeah, how you like that?
So,
Whoa, hold on.
what we did discover, one other thing that was in opt, is we don't know how much water we have because the gauges are not working. So, also
digital
our
gauge.
light at the tippity top of our mast at night that you turn on at night, called the
Anchor light.
anchor light, which makes no sense since it's way at the top of the mast.
You turn it on when you're at anchor.
Okay, and it also doesn't work.
Well,
Yeah.
and I'm not. We're
So
leaving lights on outside
this
the
is
boat, so
first
it's not
world
like we're totally
problems,
in the
really.
dark. My main concern is the digital gauge that shows how much water you have is the same digital gauge that you see how much fuel you have. And I have no idea how much fuel this boat burns per hour. And I'm running them quite a bit to make water and charge the battery before we go to bed. And if those gauges don't work,
We in dribble.
I could be in trouble. I'm thinking I'm probably week 2. We're just going to go in. I'm going to fill up regardless whether I think we need it or not. We're just going to fill up. And by then I can tell, okay, we've been doing this for 2 weeks. And we only put 250 gallons in it or whatever. I know, oh, okay, I can go another 2 weeks on 250 gallons or roughly. I hope once we get past this island here, we won't be doing too much motor sailing. We'll get things up, we'll get the sails up, and I'll be able to turn the motors off, and we'll just literally sail. And I know coming back to Granada, we're all basically downwind, so we'll be just sailing all the way home once we head south. But we're having fun so far.
Yep.
So, mind you, I made everybody sandwiches.
What's your name? State your
Olivia.
name.
Everybody knows my name.
Oh,
everybody.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Popular girl already.
Popular. I'm your child. Everybody's gonna be watching.
I don't think, Brandon, you
Friends.
didn't introduce yourself.
Captain Bush, Brandon.
Wow.
Anyways, so I made everybody
Britain.
sandwiches, and I was also under the impression that we were leaving in 30 minutes. It's probably been an hour. So this Dramamen's definitely going to wear off by the time
The Dramamine?
the Dramamine.
Oh.
Yeah. by the time we get sailing, and that's not gonna be really fun because I get really seasick, and I can't sit at the top of the boat because I have a major sunburn right now.
You're gonna need to put some leg boots on too.
No, I'll just stay in the shade.
Put a towel over you. Okay, what else you got?
I think that's it.
All right, so we're gonna
give a tour of the boat here in a second.
pull up anchor and set sail.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so this is our primary compass, okay? So you see the blue line right here, the blue arrow down here on there? So it says T, that's the true wind, okay? So that means no matter how fast we're going or what direction, the boat thinks that the wind is coming from that direction, okay?
Okay.
Okay, the main reason for that right now, why I'm mentioning it, is in a minute I'm gonna have to have one of you steer the boat because I need that arrow to be right perfectly centered
Okay.
because we have to go straight into the wind to get the mainsail up,
Okay.
okay? So we're gonna go out here around this green buoy and then we're gonna turn back into the wind.
So we need to turn left, right?
Left or right?
Well, it doesn't matter, directly behind us now. We're trying to go that way, okay?
Oh,
So
the
I'm
one will
just-
be pointing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come out here. I'm gonna come out here, kind of head over there towards that red buoy, and then I'm gonna turn back and we're gonna head into the wind and we're gonna get the mainsail up, and then we're gonna let it fall off so that the wind starts catching,
Okay.
and then we're gonna start heading down the shoreline here.
And will we go faster with the sail?
Yep, we'll go faster with the sails, and we can pull the throttles back so we don't have to run the engine quite as hard.
Okay.
So the boat is slow to react. If you see, like when I'm putting inputs in, it takes it a minute to start doing what you're gonna do. So you gotta keep that in mind when you're trying to keep the boat facing into the wind. You don't wanna be overcorrecting over and over and over and over.
Okay.
This is actually critical. They lost a captain 2 weeks ago, and there's a bunch of people on the boat. He fell overboard. Nobody knew how to turn off the autopilot, nor did they know how to start the engines and get things going. So, main thing I'm gonna teach you right now is this button right here. So, autopilot, when there's nothing here, you hit autopilot. Okay, this comes up, this is the autopilot. Engage. Okay, we're engaged. It's gonna keep heading that direction until we tell it to do anything different. To turn it off, you hit standby. Red button, now we're off. Now we're steering again, okay?
Okay.
So right now, until I get the sails ready, I'm just gonna engage it.
Well, we are underway, day 2, and I wanted to share a little bit about what happened to us at the airport. I know probably a lot of people have had this happen. We just have not. And so we get to the airport in, where are we? Grenada. We get to the airport in Grenada, and Brandon had already mentioned that someone tried to take his bag because they had an Amazon special, and it seems like everybody had the same bag. So we put bright yellow tape that said Bush on all of our bags. Well, one of the bags, the tape came off. One of our 9 bags, the tape came off. Not a big deal, right? We get to Grenada, and there's one bag left, and it isn't our bag. So we talked with the American Airlines, the customer service, figured out that that gentleman must have picked up our bag, and now we have his bag. When you filled out the customs form, the great thing was you said that you stated where you were going to be staying, and he happened to be staying at the exact same marina that we were at. So called Brandon, said, Brandon, here's his name, here's the name of his boat, and go find him. Went and found him. Sure enough, he had our bag, and we were able to return his bag to him. And it's funny because I was like, is this building our character? What are we learning in the struggle of this? And some of it's just, everything in that bag was just a creature comfort, nothing that was vital to our safety or our health, but it did add an extra element of, oh, what now?